Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today is March 29th, yet another Friday. And you know what that means? It's time for another Xursday video, as well as another instance of the Invitations of the Nine. When you log into Destiny, you will be met with this screen showing you what's going to be happening over the course of the next week in Destiny. We've got all Gambit Prime maps that are going to be unlocked in the Gambit Prime playlist. The Gambit Prime private matches are going to be going live for those who are annual pass owners for Destiny 2 Forsaken. And finally, Breakthrough is returning as the featured Crucible playlist. Hack the enemy vault to win. Ooh, all kinds of fun stuff. But of course, you all are here to find out what's in the inventory of the Agent of the Nine. Well, let's go ahead and dive on in. First things first, Xur is located in the tower this week, so you're going to go ahead and load up that world space. He'll be located over in the back of the tower hangar, in that little spot right behind where the dead orbit usually sets up shop. So, go ahead and load up the tower, and when you get there, make your way towards Xur, and let's check out what the big guys got this time around. I hear it's pretty disappointing. And from our first look, I can indeed confirm it might be a little bit disappointing for some of you long-playing Guardians out there. But let's go over it. First things first, we've got the Fated Isochronal Engram. This is, of course, the Year 1 Engram. You can pick it up. It'll hopefully help you complete your collection of Year 1 exotics if you weren't around during that play period. It costs you 97 legendary shards. Moving on to the stuff he's actually got for sale. First things first, the mighty Sunshot. This is kind of weird that he sells this since it's like a story exotic. Although if you did skip the story, maybe you don't get a chance at this. Any of you Guardians out there who bought Forsaken and did like the story skip and all that kind of stuff, did you get Sunshot as a reward from that? Be sure to let me know. Either way, it's a great hand cannon that has kind of unfortunately been forgotten as we moved on into the worlds of The Last Word, Ace of Spades, and Thorn. But this was a pretty fun gun back in Year 1 of D2. It's got the ability Sunburn. This weapon fires explosive rounds and highlights targets that take damage from Sunshot. Definitely a very fun weapon, although it could definitely use a magazine buff in today's day and age. Also comes with the ability Sunblast, where targets killed with Sunshot explode in solar energy. It basically has its own form of Firefly with this ability. You deal that solar damage when you're blasting targets, and then when they blow up, they do that solar damage everywhere, hitting targets all around them. Definitely a very fun weapon. Like I said, it does need a magazine buff, though. It could use a little bit of love in today's day and age. Maybe give it a, masterwork or something like that. Alright, moving on to armor. First up, for you hunters, Xur has got the Foetracers. These were pretty good back in Year 1 of D2. They've got the ability Relentless Tracker. Visually marks targeted enemies. Deals more damage to low health marked enemies. It's like a worse version of the One-Eyed Mask, if you were to ask me. It also comes with sniper rifle reserves as well as machine gun reserves, so not too bad of a build at all. Next up for Warlocks, we have got the Sunbracers. These exotic Warlock gauntlets saw a pretty major change in their ability a little while back, we'll say. They come with helium spirals, increases the duration of solar grenades. Then they got a new buff. Solar melee kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. Basically, the old Radiant super from Destiny 1 with Sunsingers, that's what they added to these gauntlets. When you get a solar melee kill, suddenly it's like you've popped into Radiance, the super of old with this class, and you can just throw grenades to your heart's content until the timer runs out. It's a pretty awesome ability. I do think they could probably make it a little bit better, make it last a little bit longer, so I can throw just a few more grenades, but it's definitely an improvement over what these Sunbracers had back in the first year of Destiny 2. Also comes with Sniper Rifle Scavenger as well as Machine Gun Scavenger. Not bad. We got Fusion Loader, Hand Cannon Loader. Well, if you're grinding for that Iron Banner hand or a Fusion Rifle, I guess that'll work out for you. Finally, for Titans, we've got the Helm of Saint-14. This is a classic from Destiny 1. This exotic Titan helm comes with Starless Night. Enemies that enter Ward of Dawn are blinded, while allies that pass through gain an overshield. Guarding with Sentinel Shield blinds nearby enemies. This was kind of an interesting way for them to bring the Helm of Saint-14 into the world of Destiny 2. Unfortunately, Ward of Dawn isn't quite as prevalent in D2 as it was in D1, so it doesn't see quite as much play, but it can still blind people just like it did back in the first game. And it's coming with basically the same role as the other ones, except fusion rifle targeting and hand cannon targeting, with sniper rifle reserves and machine gun reserves. Not too bad on the armor there. All old stuff, though. All of this is from D2 Year 1. So I can definitely imagine there's more than a few disappointed Guardians out there who were looking to get maybe the Shards of Galanor or something like that. Alright, after that, we've got the Five of Swords Nightfall card. You Guardians know how this works by now. And then we have the next step in the Invitation of the Nine. This one is titled the High Priestess. And its objectives read out like this. Collect metaphysical samples from defeated combatants on Nessus. Complete the strike, the Inverted Spire. You'll need to collect 9 Cabal samples, 9 Fallen samples, and 9 Vex samples. You can pick that up for a total of 9 legendary shards, and it is what we're going to be doing for the rest of this video. Now, these are usually pretty easy to farm up. I generally recommend just going and running public events. That'll usually get you all the kills you need for all the different enemy types. But a lot of the times, you get pretty lucky with the strike that you have to run. You have to run a strike for each of these, and usually that strike has the enemies that you'll need to defeat. In this case, you should get all of your Vex samples done by the time you finish the Inverted Spire strike. But for the rest, I would just pay attention to where public events are spawning and then jump into those. That should get you what you need. But anyways, go run that strike and go get those kills any way you see fit. And when you're finished, return to the Derelict to learn a bit more about the lore behind Destiny's universe. This week's lore is definitely kind of interesting, so I hope you Guardians enjoy. But alright, that is pretty much it for this video. That's Xur's inventory, and that is how you can complete this week's part of the Invitations of the Nine. If you enjoyed, please feel free to drop a like and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out for Destiny 2. But alright Guardians, that is it for this one. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.